Okay, folks, hello and welcome to a very special edition of Aries Gaming. They just dropped the big mining changes in the New Dawn. What are these even called? I'm going to call it expansion, but that's not what it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this because there's been much scuttlebutt in the Corp chat already in Fleet and things about what these changes are. And so I'm going to kind of go over them with you so you can get a jump start on what's going on. Hint, you should have invested in Primae, but it's too late for that. We'll go into that later. All right. So in July, it was mentioned that the shortage phase was ending and that in Q4, EVE Online would be fully moving on to the redistribution phase, followed by dynamic distribution later in 2022. Specifically, introduction of moon ore and gas compression to better facilitate the newly decoupled industry changes. I don't quite understand what that means, but that's all right. A balance pass for all mining ships, all of them. Additional specialized holds for gas and ice. Okay, cool. So blabbity, 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 blah. So highlights include doubling resource quantity of ore in asteroid belts. Okay, so double the quantity in asteroid belts. All amber, kernite, and crocite quantities are doubled in SAV anomalies. Ooh, how fun. Ice belts have double resources on top of the previous 200% increase. When did that take place? Patch notes, version 1908. Let me see. I don't remember when this happened. Earlier this year? Ice belt. Oh, no. Increase the spawn probably. No, this is all Mercoxit stuff. Where's the ice belt stuff, darn it? I should re-click that link so it puts me where it wants me to look. Because I don't remember this. Increase the availability of ice. Is this what they're talking about? Okay, well, I guess whatever. But that's not specifically 200%, so I don't really know what the deal is. Okay, anywho. There's more ice. There's more mycocerocin, there's more cytocerocin, and there's more fullerene. Double the extraction rate from all moons. That's pretty wicked. So they're basically doubling everything that you can get. Reduced PI materials required for certain subcapital and capital components. Now, this is, I guess, part of their strategy to lower the cost of some of these things. Is the PI stuff really the problem? Maybe it is. I don't know. That seems like one of the easier things to produce in massive quantities because PI is really easy and you can just crap out proteins and bacteria and water and all this other junk. Having water for core temperature regulators, so 2,500 down to what, 1,250, used in battleships and capital construction. All right, so water, I guess that was we couldn't get enough water or something. Significant reduction in P4 materials used in capital component production. So, the P4 stuff from planets, I guess, was holding everything up or something. Adding new specialized gas and ice holds to T1 Industrials, Expedition Frigates, T1 Barget, and T2 Exhume. Increasing the resistance profiles of all exhumers. This is a great change, but I'm not sure. Now you might need one more catalyst to gank an exhumer. I don't know. Exhumers usually are just used in deep out in null anyway, so I don't really know. It's good. It's nice to have. It's fine. I'll take it. Increase the base HP of, and adding a mid slot to the Covetor and the Retriever. Now, this is huge for the Covetor. I have lots of Covetor fits. I wish I had 2 mid slots so bad. And the base hit points, that's good too. Like, the Covetor, if it gets caught, it's going to die. So I don't, again, like, the Covetor might as well have 1 hit point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are caught in this, it's going to die. I don't know how many people get their Covetor out by the skin of its teeth, but maybe if it's a significant base HP boost and another mid slot, we might get a decent-ish tank on the Covetor. It's not going to be good enough, but it'll be fine. And Retriever, this might push it over the edge of some kind of thing. I don't know. It's just nice to have. I can't complain about buffs, I suppose, even though I was just doing exactly that. Adding new gas harvesters for all mining barges and exhumers. Okay, so we'll be able to harvest gas in barges and exhumers. That's actually pretty huge. That's a great, very interesting change. Although I'll probably still just do it in an expedition frigate. We'll see how that goes. But this means new blueprints and all kinds of stuff for industry people. Introducing a new compact industrial core for the Orca. Okay. Oh, that's just further on down in the update. We'll talk about that later. Adding compression for this gas, this gas, this gas, and ore. Condensing, now this is what I'm really interested in, condensing all reprocessing skills from 19 individual skills to only 6. So they'll refund up to this, which is the max amount of skill points that are in all 19 of those individuals, to be optionally reallocated into the new categories, which only have 11.776 total skill points between all 6 of them. So if you have this maxed out, congratulations, you're just going to get 2 million-ish free skill points, which is great. You can put it into, Primae specialization. Anyway, ISK will also be refunded at the base price for the deleted skill books. How much were these skill books? I don't know how much they were, but we'll get some ISK, folks. Condensing all mining crystals into the following categories: common, uncommon, rare, superior, abyssal, and mercoxite. I don't know what abyssal is. You guys will have to let me know. I'm not really into abyssal mining, I guess. I don't know, but this seems like a good change. Common, uncommon, rare, because who knows what ubiquitous is? Let's be honest. Nobody knows what ubiquitous is. It's a term people aren't familiar with. This people are very familiar with: common, uncommon, and rare. Superior, abyssal, mercoxite. Okay, introducing mining waste. Now this is the thing that's getting the most babble in the Corp chat right now. And adding new variants for each mining crystal. Standard yield, higher yield, high waste. You mine faster, but you waste more stuff. And low yield, lower yield, very high waste, very unreliable. Okay, what? Let's unpack this. Standard yield, this is what you're going to use most of the time. Higher yield, high waste, less reliable. What does reliable mean? Like you call it to go to take you to your doctor's appointment, but it doesn't show up in time, and then you have to reschedule your appointment. Like, it's just not a very reliable mining crystal. I mean, maybe that means it kind of burns through it itself faster. And then there's this one: lower yield but very high waste and very unreliable. This is like, it's like if you just want to burn through somebody else's moon, but why wouldn't you just take it for yourself? So maybe you can get like some kind of ninja fleet to go in there with these low yield, very high waste, and just like reduce all their stuff to dust before they even get there. We'll have to see what happens. This is very, there could be like some PvP mining fit, but you don't PvP the ships, you PvP the rocks. I don't know. That's very interesting. I like this. All names for new skills and modules are placeholders and will be updated before going live on Tranquility. Okay, whatever. Mining waste and resources. This update will see a doubling of resources available. This includes all ore quantities. We already read all this. All ore quantities are doubled in all resource anomalies. All ice quantities are doubled in addition to this, but we already read that. Blah, 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 blah. Whilst spawn chance of extra sites that was added earlier this year has been reduced. Okay, so blah, whatever. Extraction rate is doubled for moons. Moon extractors will take the same time, but they'll poop out twice as many ore rock thingy guys. Removal of all basic materials from R4 moon ore. So whatever, who cares? Like, finalizing the plan of removing basic minerals from moons. Like, whatever, no one's going to crab about that, I don't think. In addition to the doubling of resources, a new mining waste mechanic will be introduced. Mining waste will create a greater benefit to increasing mining skills and using more advanced modules that lower the rate of waste. Fine. Does that mean we're going to have more meta variants of mining modules, like some wiggle room in between Tech 1 and Tech 2 would be really nice. This also introduces new gameplay options such as high waste mining of opponents' resources via updated mining crystals that increased harvesting at the cost of increased waste. Mining waste can be tracked in the mining ledger too. Oh my god. Introduction of mining waste probability. So here's my take on this. A lot of people are saying now tier 1 mining is worthless, right? Now we're wasting all of our minerals or whatever. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they'll balance it so that it's about the same as it is right now, right? You'll feel a little worse because you're wasting stuff, but whatever. It's like tier 1 mining is already worse than tier 2 mining, and people are like, oh no, now tier 1 mining is going to be worse than tier 2 mining. I think they think the gap's going to increase like by this much, and there's no evidence for that at this point. That's what's going to happen. I think people don't trust CCP, and I think they're looking for how CCP messed this up. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't this time. So let's say they put these examples down here, but they're kind of stupid. Mining amount 1000 m cube, waste volume multiplier, whatever, waste probability 100%. So there's a 100% chance you're gonna waste some of the stuff you mine every cycle. But that's okay. It's not going to be a big deal. they're saying, given that a significant portion of mining is done using Tech 2 modules, this is an overall net boost to global resource availability. Putting the system in, I think, is good. I mean, I don't think training into Tech 2 mining stuff really takes that long. Everybody's griping about it, but just put it in your skill queue for crying out loud. I'll make you a skill plan. Okay. Compression. Let's dive into the details of how compression is going to change. Gone are the days of lossless compression. From now on, when you compress resources, some amount will be lost during the process. I don't know if that's great. Compression in stations will have a different efficiency depending on the type of resource that's being compressed, except moon compression will not be available. We'll talk about that later. Compression will still be instantaneous, but will be less efficient than in-space compression. Okay. Compression efficiency is as follows. Ore and gas will compress at 90%. Ice will compress at 79%. And the Rorqual, Orca, and Porpoise will be able to do compression in space, but it will require specialized modules. However, only the Rorqual can compress moon ore in space. So your station compression is getting about 10% worse. They want ships in space. That's fine. It's EVE Online. They want ships in space. So if you want 100% compression, you got to have your ship in space, buddy. You got to have it in space, and you got to be compressing, especially in the ice belts, out in Null and all that. We're going to see a lot of porpoises out there, a lot of tasty porpoises with delicious guts inside. Each compression module will be able to compress only a certain group of resources as defined by its tier. Let's check that out. Oh, it's an XLSX file. Let's open it up. What's in here? Oh my God. What? Okay, this is the thing I didn't see. We'll open that in a second, folks. Gas compression modules for all gas types are being introduced. Moon ore compression modules for all moon ore types are being introduced. Oh man, this is Rorqual has to be in space while it's compressing things, and it's the only thing that can compress moon ore. So guess what? There's going to hopefully be a lot of Rorquals blown up. Compressed types will now have the same portion size as their uncompressed counterparts. You can calculate the compression ratio by the difference of volume between the two types. Compressed types will now have the same portion size as their uncompressed counterparts. You can calculate the compression ratio by the difference of volume between the two types. What the f*** does that mean? Existing compressed types of quantities will be compensated due to this change, such that no loss occurs. Moving on. New modules for the Rorqual. Mobile ore compression modules. Mobile moon, mobile gas, mobile ice, mobile ore, mobile gas, mobile ice for the Orca and Porpoise. The Porca. The Rorqual modules have a higher duration per cycle, but they are more efficient. Wait a minute. I thought you said that the station resources are... I thought up here it made it seem like if you compress in a station... Compression will still be instantaneous, will be less efficient than in-space compression, but here it makes it seem... So 90%, right? But it makes it seem like here fewer resources are lost during compression in the Rorqual modules. So it seems like you do still lose when you compress. So what is that? What's the point of compressing then? I mean, obviously for easier transport, but is that... I mean, that seems a little crappy. We'll have to see how that shakes out. Compact modules have reduced duration, but they're less efficient. Each compression module can support one of the resource tiers. For example, the mobile abyssal ore compression unit can only compress abyssal ore types. The mobile rare ice compression unit can only compress rare ice types. Oof. This is going to introduce a lot more blueprints as well. Tech 1 modules are faster but less efficient than Tech 2. I kind of like what they're doing here, where there's actually a clear... almost a benefit to Tech 1 in some situations. I can find the full list of modules and stats here. Well, we'll open that up in a new thingamajigger. And oh, no. Whoa, it's the same thing. It looks like it leads to the forums, but no. No, wait a second. Yeah, I don't know. No, it doesn't lead to the forums. I don't know what I was thinking. You can load the appropriate resources as ammo into the module and activate it. That's pretty cool. It's like a little garbage compactor. The blueprints will be released. Okay. So we'll have to keep an eye out for these blueprints because it could be kind of fun to make that stuff. To the following skills are being introduced: mobile asteroid ore compression, mobile asteroid ore compression specialization, Oh my god, all kinds of new skills and stuff. Okay, fine. Industrial Core is being updated, resulting in an increase in support capabilities for the Rorqual. In addition, a new compact industrial ore is being introduced and will be available for the Orca. The compact variation will require a new skill, Compact Industrial Reconfiguration. These changes to Industrial Cores further reinforce the roles of both the Orca and Rorqual in their effectiveness to support mining fleets. Their role is further enhanced with the introduction of moon ore compression for the Rorqual, with gas, ice, and regular ore compression for both Porpoise and Orca as well. This has not previously been possible and would allow for increased operational runtime and easier transport of gas and moon ore. So, easier transport, but also higher gankability. Details can be found here. Oh, should I click it? Oh, no, it's the same thing. Ha, fool me once. As can be seen, as has been discussed before, the role of the Rorqual and Orca will be changing in New Eden. It is becoming less feasible to solo mine in them since the drone mining yield for both Orca and Rorqual is being reduced. Sad. It will nonetheless play a vital role in space, as mentioned before, in being a support mining ship, both for boosting fleets and compressing. This will mean that Rorqual proliferation in New Eden will be impacted, which will mean more from everyone that is not in a Rorqual. That's great. Unless in the scenarios where mining groups optimize together with a balance between good mining ships and good mining support ships. Cool. I think that hopefully it has that. There's already somebody out there trying to game the system, but what are you going to do? These mining crystals look awesome. But I think the colors are in the wrong order, to be honest. So this is common, uncommon, and rare, but I would have put this as common, this as uncommon, and this as rare. Is there been a precedent set for blue, white, purple? I don't know. I would reverse these colors, quite honestly, because white is usually the janky common items that you pick up in RPGs and stuff, and blue and then purple. Like I think these colors should really be swapped. I feel very, very strongly that these colors should be swapped, but I'll just use the rare ones all the time, and I don't care. So single ore crystals are being replaced with tiered versions. That's so nice because, God, what a freaking mess it is to sort through 35 different types of mining crystals. The streamlining here, I think, is really nice. I'm wondering how strongly I feel about these colors. I feel like they should be swapped, but whatever. New skills. With the introduction of the ore tiers, reprocessing skills are always receiving an update. Oh, supporting document. Whatever is this? Oh my God, they only linked to this about 100 times. Players will be reimbursed the skill points in the ISKOS for these books. Yeah, okay, we already read about that. Ooh, look at this gassed harvester turret concept. Cool. I like it when things look like that. That's cool. Specialized resource holds. So we are going to have some specialized gas holds, ice holds, all that kind of stuff. Changes to ships with specialized holds can be found here in this document. Oh my God. For a comprehensive look, go to the supporting document. Jesus Christ. Hoarder gets a 30k gas hold and relevant bonus. To gas hold size, I guess. Cryos gets a 30k ice hold and relevant bonus, and this is the thing that makes me the saddest. And I'm going to explain to you why this makes me the saddest. Not that I think the Primae is going to be an amazing ship now. For those of you that don't know about the Primae, it was introduced with when planetary industry was first introduced, and I don't know if there's a blueprint for it. I think they just gave a bunch of them away, and so I don't think that they're makeable. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'll have to look into it. But a Primae has been a joke ship for me for a really long time. I made a build of it it's only got 4 low slots. I put a bunch of crap down there, and then when people ask me for good PvP fits, I sometimes link that Primae fit. And if people ask me what I'm bringing on roams, I tell them I'm bringing my battle Primae. Like, it's become a joke with me. There was a point about 1.5 years ago where I was going to try to buy 100 Primae, and they were, because they're super cheap, nobody uses them, they suck. They have 1,000 M cubed of planetary resource space, and that's it. I mean, compare that to the 60k, the 60,000 M cubed of like the epithal or whatever. Like, they were terrible. Nobody used them. They didn't do anything, and I almost bought 100 of them as like a joke, just for fun. And now I wish I would have, because now people are going to at least consider them as a ship that does things at ice and gas at the same time. I mean, it might get something accomplished. So, I could have been a Primae millionaire, but now I'm just a Primae millionaire. All right, but for a comprehensive look at all the changes, peruse the supporting document. Ship industry update. Okay, so yeah, they're bringing this down. Integrity response drones and self-harmonizing power cores, enhanced Neuralink protection cell, changed from genetic safeguard filter changes from 200. See, it's just weird that they're targeting the PI aspects of these. I'm not even sure that's the problem. Like, isn't it just how many of the the like modules, the new modules themselves, or not modules, the new components themselves. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this, I just don't, I I can't see it reducing the water by 50% as having a significant thing. But I'm not, again, I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. I'm just a dude in a hat. What this should mean, I think. Okay, here's my predictions. The Primae will become an absolute powerhouse ship. We will see them clogging up every system in the galaxy. No, I'm just kidding. God, I love the Primae. I should have bought it. I'm so mad at myself. I logged on and read this, and I read this today, and I was like, you should have bought 100 Primae as a meme, like you were gonna. And now, whatever. But that's just how it is. So this is actually, I think, a pretty good update overall. The only bad thing I can see from this is that because T1 mining creates so much waste, it seems like I believe the ratio of how good T1 mining is now to how good T2 mining is now will stay the same. I believe that to be true. But the problem is, if a bunch of T1 derpy miners show up at your asteroid belt, they're going to be wasting all of your ore. And so I think it might create sort of a culture of T2 miners who are like, get your T1 modules out of here. You can't mine here unless you're doing T2 because you're wasting so much ore. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a really big problem. Like, let's be honest. Like, how big of a problem can that really be? But I think that's definitely something that could happen with the changes. Other than that, I like the rebalance on things. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a great day. Like and subscribe. It makes me happy. 500 subscriber party is coming up soon. I know it's not a huge amount of subs compared to a lot of the YouTube juggernauts that are out there. But I've been having a lot of fun making this channel, and I really appreciate all the support. And I will see you guys later. Bye.